Girl, they cancel OnlyFans.
This is Conversations with Cousin Carlie.
Herpes could never break me, could never again make me feel less of. Herpes can't take my sexy away from me. Herpes does not take my worth away. Herpes does not devalue me. Herpes can never.
Hello, my name is Shayna Singleton, aka the Herpes Goddess, and this is Conversations with Cousin Carlie. Rich and Divine Rising, cousin. How are you?
I'm good. Rich and Divine Rising to you, cousin. You told me that you had some news.
Well, I heard through the grapevine, I'm not sure how official this is, that they're going to be shutting down OnlyFans. And I seen that because I've seen a lot of people online praising it. And it kind of pissed me off a little bit. Like, yeah, they shutting down OnlyFans. It's about time these girls get a real job. You know, they need to learn how to make money the real way. I've been seeing a lot of quotes like that. So the fact that people are happy that people are about to lose their bag, I think that's annoying me the most.
That's shocking to me. That's shocking to me for a couple reasons. First of all, when I think about OnlyFans now, I know that you can use it for other things besides that, but I think about it like Uber and Lyft personally, because I know a lot of people, when the going gets tough, you got some extra bills or whatever, they've used these apps to generate income before. Second thing that popped into my mind while you were speaking is the fact that there's some people who put out nude videos and sexual videos on Twitter. And Twitter's free. And all it is a simple click, like follow, and you can end up watching a whole mini porn video on your Twitter app for free. You can go on Pornhub for free. All of these other big name websites for free. This is the first time the actual citizen gets to take their body, take ownership of their body, and let people consume of it how they would like it to be done. So I'm shocked why what's the problem and why people are so gung-ho to shut this down? How come nobody's calling for a ban on Twitter? Or I don't know if there's an age limit on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? The age limit on TikTok is what, 13? People could do crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? People use all of these other free websites to sell sex or sell the illusion of sex all the time, and there's no issue. There's a little flag on a page, but to shut down a whole app to stop people from getting their money, it sounds like hater vibes to me too.
It's sad. It's sad. Like you said, a lot of people make their living from that. A lot of people do their little come up. I've seen women actually just quit their jobs just to focus in on that. I myself tried to do it for 2 weeks, and I said, this is too much work. I got too much other stuff I'm trying to do. Like, I quit everything to do this. Like, I gained a whole new respect for the people on OnlyFans. I'm like, this is a lot of work. This is a lot of keep up. There's a lot of things that they need to do in order to get their money. On top of advertising to get people to get to their OnlyFans, they gotta be on platforms.
They have to create some content.
And Reddit and stuff like that.
Yes.
At least little things to get people to come to them. So it's a big deal. And for people not to consider it a real job is what it blows my mind.
You know what I think is so funny? The fact that what you were just describing is a whole profession. I feel like if you were talking about something different, somebody would call them directors. You know what I'm saying? Someone would call them screenwriters. Content creators. Hello. So the thing about that is, like, if you switched out the product, it'd be fine. So what, or it'd be a reputable position. There'd be other people that would be able to sit back and say, you know, I have no idea how to do that. I have no idea how to create a proper OnlyFans, which is the reason why I still haven't had one, even though every second week I discuss getting one. So now hearing this, I'm like, number one, I might not be able to do it. Number two, it's like, would I be able to have the time to do it anyway? If you're making the time and taking the time to do something, that's dedication, right? People clown people who use social assistants. They clown mothers who take or who get child support or bring the child's father to child support. So what is wrong with someone actually going out and getting it for themselves, making an honest dollar, not asking anybody anything, not asking for a handout, truly just getting money for what people would go and get them for free for?
Yep.
What's the problem?
That part. It's basically stripping behind the screen.
Right.
It's all it is. When I was on there, I was looking at some of the women just to see like what route would I take. Listen, I didn't go past 2 weeks, so I didn't even get there. But there's this girl who's OnlyFans. Sorry, the noise. Got the pause. I seen this girl's OnlyFans, and it was all her feet, nothing else. And it got crazy with the feet now, but it was simply just her feet. And then there was this one girl who did a whole bunch of things, but it was, you never seen her bottom half. Like, you just seen her facial expressions, having an orgasm or doing whatever.
Oh, wow. So creative.
Yeah, so people was literally just paying to see her neck up.
Right.
There's one girl on there who did costume play. So she was just a whole bunch of different anime characters, maybe show a titty here or there. If she had something to do with the waist below, she'll always have it covered. So the person had to pay even extra to get the extra flick. So you never knew it was behind there. But from what you can see on the public page, the little taste that she gave, but she did different costume plays. So down to that, trying to stand out and be creative, different things. Like the things I've seen with some feet, I never thought you can do with feet before.
I laughed because I wanted to do a foot page. Now that you're saying this, I said, what was she doing with feet? See, I'm like, you know, with my feet, I don't know if I will last.
I thought about it too. I said, I got some pretty feet now. Like,
my feet are big. My feet are big too, so I'm like,
instead of
that would be a
in your room for your little foot studio. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I had a whole plan for this thing. I'm telling you, I was just getting there.
I'm with it.
I got size 12 feet, so I was like, I could just play up how big they are and then just go from there. But our plans may be robbed.
She had the condiments involved. She had.
That's of course. You know, I was thinking that, of course, my main thing is food and feet. So I was just.
I'm so with the shit though.
And what's crazy is in the last couple of weeks, people have been really hyping me up. Like, Carlie, are you going to do your OnlyFans? Like, either do something with the food, like you said, or the feet. Just do it. Everybody's telling me, and now I'm like, they might take it away. That's hater vibes.
It's hater.
That's hater vibes.
I don't like it. We already have women. I'm one of those women. You do it for free. You do it for free. Whether it's one person, you have multiple people in your life, or you go to the club and you're dancing and you're twerking. It don't matter. It's something you've done for free that they're doing for money. So why hate?
Right.
Why hate? I feel like the sex workers in the sex industry they're very much disrespected. The people who actually do benefit and gain money, like the owners of platforms such as like Pornhub or any of it, other porn sites, they are making money off of these women who are probably not making as much money as they should be making. With all the free content out there and people just wanting to get the snippets and not wanting to go to the content where you have to pay. And it's sad. And I think we need to respect sex workers and we need to consider it as a real job because it's popular for a reason. That means we as a population want to look at this stuff. So it's a job. And
but actually, oh, sorry, I didn't want to cut you off, but it's fed to us in America, in North America, all over the world, actually, but it's really fed to us in the messaging, what they slip into shows, what they slip into advertisement for things simple as beers or burgers. Sex is sold all the time, but it's okay if Budweiser or some other companies are making money from it. But it's not okay if the actual woman who owns the body, you know what I mean, or the person who owns their body is showing themselves. So I do want to also make sure, mention that the fact that there's a lot of men, just people in general on OnlyFans making their money, making a way in life. They talk about people being providers and being able to take care of themselves, and this was a means to that. I remember growing up in an era where there wasn't OnlyFans, but I've been around women who were sex workers at night, and I saw the way that they handled childcare, the way that they sought out babysitters, safe babysitters, people that they knew they could trust, that would educate their children, teach their children about, hygiene, ways of respecting themselves, because they thought that maybe they could only teach their children up to an extent. So they would bring them around people who could show them more than they could teach them. Saw them drop them off at 1 hour, pick them up at another hour, and be up to have them ready for school at 7:30 a.m. like it was no problem, and just go on about their life and no one would be the wiser about what these women were doing. And I just find the respectability aspect the conversation of that needs to go out of the window, because there's a lot of people who act real fraudulent in their corporate jobs, right? There's a lot of people who are dishonest and unkind in their grocery store jobs, and we respect them. Why? Because of the type of industry they're in. It's not okay. There's a lot of great people who only want to do things like support themselves, support their families, get out of certain situations, and we're taking that opportunity from them by doing that.
Thank you. Drops mic.
Yeah. Just one more thing before I drop it.
Oh, okay.
Not to mention the people had to pick it back up. Not to mention the people who lost their jobs due to getting OnlyFans. So there's some people who had to leave their profession that they did for most of the time because they were found out to be on OnlyFans. To now take OnlyFans from those people especially would be highly, highly disgusting in my opinion, because where would they go after that?
Yeah.
When it's time to apply for new things, I guess now these people know how to be entrepreneurs, truthfully.
Yeah. They know how to be
however, it's putting all of these people back into the job field.
Let me tell you something. I've told myself I'm never going to work a 9 to 5. I think it was 2018. That's the last time. The February of 2018 was the last time Shayna has worked a 9 to 5. And for all of those people on OnlyFans losing their jobs, I don't see them going back to a 9 to 5. I don't. Once you have a hold on how to make your own money, a 9 to 5 is just slavery. Right. It's the slavery mindset, and I think that's where the hate comes from. People who's chosen not to do the 9 to 5. How dare you choose not to do the 9 to 5? And that's something I have to do to survive, and to make a living, and to pay my bills. So they feel like sex work is not a real job because the money comes easy. No, the money don't come easy. They gotta work for that money, number one. And two, you just don't have the guts enough. You just don't have the wit enough. You just don't have the confidence. You just don't have what they have to do what they do. So you hate.
Yeah.
And that's the whack part. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You hate it because you're not willing to do it. Oh, there's noise outside. Oh, the ghetto. I'm moving. I am moving.
You're like, get out, Shayna. Get out.
Over this neighborhood. Look, this is off track, but last night, it was like 11 o'clock at night, and some jackass was blasting his music and decided to stay right here. And this is an apartment complex. So right now, you waking up everybody. People got to go to work. Woke up my crying ass nephew that was crying all night. Anyway, so I was upset. You could tell the neighbors was upset. They flashing their lights. I step outside. Assholes! I haven't came out my face in such a long time. This motherfucker came back, and he kept going back and forth with the music.
Oh no! Oh boy.
Anyway. That was off topic, y'all. Back to work. You got anything else to say on this topic?
What was I gonna say about that? I think I lost my train of thought a little bit. What was I gonna say? It's all right. If I think about it, I'm gonna leave it in the comments.
How would you feel if your daughter told you she was a sex worker? Boom.
Oof. That changes things for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you right now. I'm not going to sit in your face and be like, oh, because I think I'm like, Carlie, you got to think about all parts of yourself. I think the first thing I would do, especially because I try to think long run in terms of the relationship with me and my child. So I would first come with questions. What's making you interested in this? What exactly do you want to do? How exactly does this look like? What does this look like for you? Do you have a time frame? Because I'd want to address if there was something going on. It depends on, because now you say child, I'm thinking young, and I'm like, how old is this child? You know what I mean? That type of thing.
Grown enough right now to be
right, exactly, grown enough to be able to do it. I would ask them, what's the content going to be like? What's the content going to be like? How do you plan to protect yourself?
You sure you want to know what the content is going to be like?
Yes, because the thing about it is, and this is how I am with my parents too, I used to sometimes mute my dad from certain things that I'd put up and all of that. But my thing is, if people in the public are going to be able to lay their eyes on it, then my parents should be able to know what they could possibly see. Because someone who watches it, who doesn't have blocked access, could easily call one of my parents and tell them what they saw. So I'd rather know from my child, just like I'd rather my parent know most things from me, right? So I would want to know what type of content. So if somebody calls me and be like, oh, did you know this your daughter? I'd be like, yep, I do. Yep, because she told me, so nobody's going to call me and shock me and be like, you could, if you knew, I want to know already. Number two, I just want to know how they were going to protect themselves in terms of, because especially if you're going to do something, you end up, with my kid, you might end up doing it real good. Who knows? And so your name might get out there. So how do you protect your identity? How do you protect yourself? How do you protect your location? That type of things. Because I would think about the safety aspect of it. If it was my child, more about, so I can't deny that there would be pride involved. So I'd want to know, like I said, I'd want to know, so I'd have no surprises. Also probably so I could veto a couple things. And then I'd want to know how they were what's their plan for security. Because at a certain, like you said, you're grown. And I think what I'd rather do is just know, maybe not be able to be 100% in agreement, but at least know about my child enough so that our relationship can continue. Okay. I wouldn't want my child to start hiding things from me, to start acting distant from me, or to be like, well, my mom's not really about that, and so I'm going to stay away. I wouldn't want that to happen between me and my child over something they decide to do to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I can respect it. I can respect that. I think.
What about you?
I would want to be momager. Like,
okay.
What you're gonna do, I need a plan. I need to see your plan. I need to see your schedule. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be involved. I think that anything in my child's life, my child won't know this yet, but I want my children to be entrepreneurs. I don't care what they want to do. They better be their own boss, though. My son wants to be a lawyer. He better have his own office.
Yeah.
His own practice. Like, anything. If he want to be an artist, he better be having his art galleries and stuff like that. I want my child to be an entrepreneur. So if that's the route because I have a son, or if my future daughter decides to take, I'm still going to require everything that I require, period. I want a business. Right. I want to see your plan. I want to be momager. I want to be involved.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Similar.
Yeah, similar. I mean, I was a stripper at 18. Okay, and then I tried OnlyFans for 2 weeks. So mommy ain't got no right telling any of her kids nothing about nothing when it comes to what they want to do. I just want to make sure that they're professional and they are a boss at whatever they decide to do.
Right.
If you want to take the sex industry by storm, baby, you better be winning all of them awards, and you better be number one in the industry.
Right.
Okay. Right. That's what I require.
Exactly.
I not want to be behind the scenes, but I will get the studio together. We will choose some director. We will really make this A1, and we will make your life easy if that's something.
Turn it into a business.
Turn it into a business. You know, possibly let's get your own platform running, so you don't got to do this. If you can get paid off for other people doing, let's do something like that. I don't know. My mind goes business wise when it comes to every field.
Right.
Sorry, this damn truck.
I was gonna say, what happened? I can't even hear it.
I can't wait to leave.
Soon comes.
I'm not even gonna visit this place. Okay. But yeah, I'm saying this. I hope none of my kids is watching this replay years and years down.
Yes, now. Like, but Ma, you said.
Ma, you remember you was on that thing with cousin Carlie. You was talking about if I wanted to do this. Wait, pause, hold up. I'm taking the video down.
I'm gonna call you the day my mind changes. Like, Penny, you got to take that video down.
You gotta take it down.
It's expired. It's expired. That is no longer my sentiment.
We no longer feel that way.
Let's do the re-record right now, so we can swap it out like the Mandela effect. They'll be like, "Wait, I could have swore." Nah, that's not what it said.
Son, if you're watching this, can we consider some other things first? Can we make this the last thing you go into? I don't know, man. That's tough. That's a tough one, though. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I'm down for it. Let's go.
Yeah.
We're gonna
I'm curious to know what the people think too.
Look, Chocolate Thunder. It's an old name. Oh.
Chocolate Thunder, I can't.
All right. Well, cousin, this was a fun topic.
It was. I pray it doesn't come to fruition. But we'll see.
We'll see.
I'm talking about OnlyFans though. OnlyFans.
I was talking about OnlyFans. Chocolate Thunder. So anyone watching, please comment down below. Would you be a sex worker? Why or why not? And how do you feel about OnlyFans shutting down and the response that we're getting from the public?
And do you have one?
Yeah, do you have a response? How do you feel? I would love to hear in the comments below. Thank y'all for listening. My name is Shayna Singleton, and this is my cousin Carlie. And we'll see you next week.